Ashalaja is one of the biggest communities that make up the Ghana South district. The community is a developing one and houses some of Ghana's most industrious men and women. Men and women who struggle through thick and thin to make a living, but their struggle to make it in life is being hampered by the absence of some basic necessities of life. A section of the roads in the town are filled with potholes, making it difficult for residents to commute to and fro. The other part, currently under construction, is filled with dust, a situation residents say is adversely affecting their health.
Our road is very bad from Masaman to Ashalaja. It's very bad. And now we want to plead to construct the road for us. That's the major problem.
But I can see that it is being constructed. Why do you say it's bad?
Yes. Now they have come to, construct the road. That's why.
But the dust is worrying you?
Yes, please, the dust. So we want to plead the entire the road for us.
The roads are very bad. It's dusty. If it's sunny, you cannot even come out. You can see that I'm talking you can hear from my voice that I've got cold. I've stayed here since morning and I can't even breathe properly. So I'm even thinking of the young ones or the kids who are living with their parents along the road. Everybody will get cold.
I mean the road, there's potholes, plenty potholes, and even that they are on top constructing it, but even it has given a lot of Qatar and others how it is not being quota. So we are begging the contractor to come early and then to quota the road for us, to tar the road for us.
The dust on the road, how does it disturb you?
It disturbs us too much that it gives us Qatar.
The situation is further worsened by the absence of a health post in the area. Residents say several lives have been lost in the area because they have to travel far distances to seek for health care. They say having a health post in the area will inure to their benefit.
We don't have any hospital here.
When you fall sick, what do you do?
Okay, we used to go to Amasaman and others. Even yesterday, somebody was complaining about the stomach pains. Even yesterday, the woman was dead because there's no hospital around to give serious attention to her. So she just lost her life.
The residents also complain about the lack of potable water in the area. The only source of water is the River Densu that passes through the town. The residents say their plea to the Ghana Water Company to help solve this problem has fallen on deaf ears. They want the Ministry of Water Resources, Works and Housing to intervene. Like most developing communities, the absence of a security post in the area is a major concern to these residents who have toiled to acquire their properties. According to them, every week about 4 houses are broken into and properties stolen. They believe the absence of a security post in the area is a reason these attacks keep increasing. The provision of a police post and patrol services, according to the residents, is long overdue.
We live in fear simply because there have been packets of robbery and attacks, and then stealing of our assets in this town. I have been a victim because my motorbike was stolen here. That's about a year now. Yes. Well, early in the morning, I parked it early in the morning, and then I forgot to have locked it. And then by 3 to 4 early dawn, I was preparing to go to the mosque. I came out, there was no motorbike. We need security in life. If there's no security, then you are living in fear, and life and properties are lost.
There are several containers along the road, and robbers has attacked. I think they cut at the back of the containers, and they robbed certain things inside, what they were selling in it. Well, what we want is that the government should provide us with a police post so that these menaces can be kept here.
We want security here, we want police posts, because about last week the guys come break some of our friend shop, So always you hear today this. If you have something, then the thieves come and take it away. We don't the reason why. But if you have a police post here, you'll be free.
We discussed this issue with the Chief Executive of Gan South and the Commander of Amasman Police District Headquarters. So they asked us to prepare, and by preparing we have to find a land location where the police station can be placed at. So we call, and the police, the chief executive and his members came down. So we proposed a nearby, just at the junction where the taxi rank is, to place the police station. So about 3 weeks ago or so, 1 month, the chief executive came and cut the sod to let the police station take off. And according to them, we have to do it something like district police headquarters, whereby we need the building plan from the chief executive. So we tried, but we saw that there's no time there. So we have to prepare one ourselves. So we pay the architect and prepare one for us. I have to give a copy to the chief executive and send one to police headquarters for readiness. But already we have discussed with the youth and those sellers around the road and in the town to help us to put up this police station, and they are willing to do it.
While they wait for the Ghana Police Service to come to their aid, the residents have set up watchdog committees to fortify the area. But these committees appear helpless as they lack the requisite training and logistics to combat crime in the area.
We may be talking about Ashalaja today, but there are a lot more communities that need police posts. But whose duty is it in the first place to put up a police post in any community at all? We've been joined now by Superintendent Cephas Arthur. He's Director of Public Affairs with the Ghana Police Service. Good morning to you, sir. Thanks for being here.
Good morning.
I hope you're well.
Well, the workload, but we are managing.
We thank God. So let's try and answer this direct question of whose responsibility is it to put up a police post?
Everybody's responsibility. But first and foremost, the government's responsibility. And who is the government? Well, we have the central government, whose responsibility it is to ensure that facilities are provided, both social amenities and facilities are provided for the people. But the government does so through the people. And there are situations where the local assembly, and for that matter, it's a government still, because they are appointees of the government and other things. In places, the local assemblies, the district assemblies and other people have come together to put up such facilities, police posts and police stations for the police to come and work in. At other places, individual philanthropists have come to our aid by providing very magnificent police facilities for us to come and work in. Other times, corporate organizations also come in. That is why I said that it is everybody's responsibility.
So at what point do you come in?
At what point does the police...
Building the facility, is that your concern?
Building the facility, yes, is our concern. We come in to assist whoever is putting it up.
Okay.
We also assist in determining where we can locate police station or police post. So yes, we come in, and sometimes we also inform our principals as to where we need police stations. And usually that is when the local assembly or the district assembly come in to also support the government in that direction. Anytime a community is developing, then there's the need for police stations to be put up to meet the demands of the development of the area. While the place is sprawling and extending beyond the previous bounds, then there's a need for some police stations. So police officers, the police service also determines that we go in to see what there's the need. So sometimes we do so through our community policing officers. I mean, their offices at Tesano. While they go there, they mobilize the people and they tell them what we need. Sometimes we go to meetings, DISEC meetings, RECSEC meetings, MUSEC meetings, and we put it on the table that there's a need for us to have police station here because the place is becoming crime endemic. It's expanding, and there's a need to put such facilities. And as and when the government has resources to do that, they do so. Otherwise, philanthropists come on board, individuals, and then the local assemblies.
So when you determine as a police force that you need a police post in a certain area, who do you forward that to?
Oh, we forward that to, we hold a lot of fora, or we attend a lot of fora, the DISEC. Sometimes we also forward it to our parent ministry, that is Interior Ministry.
Okay.
Yes. That's where we forward it to, and sometimes we do, as I said, we attend DISEC, RESEC, where issues of security about any particular area, the particular district, particular municipality is discussed. And so when you go there, you discuss it and say that, oh, it is because of this and this that we are getting series of crimes here, or because this and these situations are around, we need to, within a short period of time, get a police post here or a police station here. And
how often do you get your recommendations met?
Oh, as often as there is enough resources to do that. You know, usually it is within the government circles, and it's the government that is supposed to provide such facilities.
So with this specific, not to cut you, with this specific case of Ashalaja, I don't know if that's been brought to your attention. Where they said they're in talks with the municipal assembly, for instance.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like it's left to the people to figure everything out, to get a land, to see how they will put the building up.
Well, as and when, in fact, when the need is overriding, when the need is overriding, and there's a need for urgent action, and the central government is not in a position to assist, we usually fall on these assemblies, and if they are not also ready, because it's a matter of funds, if they are the people are ready, usually you have to get a land from the community. The land is owned by the people, although ultimately the land is owned by the government, but the land is owned by the people, the chiefs and people, and they have to allocate a piece of land for you to do the project. Also, you go to them.
But even if they give you a land, you still couldn't build because you need the money to put the structure
that is so.
up.
So sometimes you go to them. This is a self-help project. Sometimes you understand it. So we still go to them. See, how best can you help us help you? Although it is not your ultimate responsibility, but how best can you help us? So they usually volunteer. They volunteer. Sometimes in other places they levy the people. At other places they go to the companies and the big industries within their catchment area to solicit for funds to help them, because when the police stations are built there, those companies also benefit. So in one way or the other, the people are able sometimes to pool resources together to build it. As usually they liaise with the police headquarters. We have a standard drawing and standard this thing for the police stations.
So whether it's a container or it's actually like a proper building.
Well, whether it's a container, we still have to let you know certain things that you need to provide.
Okay. Yeah. But once you provide the structure,
yes,
with the directions of the police, you're moving in.
Yes.
Is that, I mean, whose sole responsibility is that?
It's our sole responsibility, the police's sole responsibility. Because as we continue to deliberate with you, dialogue with you as to how best you can put up the structure, then we are also, and you are at it, working at it, we are also getting ready. The moment you are set with the structure, or the moment the government is set with the structure, the moment this assembly is set with the structure, we are duty bound to deploy men to the area to start working.
There are times that you also say you need housing, accommodation for your men, especially when the place is a bit out of town.
Usually we ask for it. We ask, and that one, it's not mandatory. What we do is that we also go out asking the people within the community that if anybody has got any accommodation that he wants to hire out to the police, then we go and take such place.
So you don't ask for it for free?
Oh no! If you give it for
because there's an estate developer, for instance, who put up a police post, a beautiful police post, big, and there was no police officer in when I moved into the area, and they said, oh, they're asking us to give them housing as well.
No, that is not mandatory. When you give us the office accommodation, we ask you whether you are in a position to give us a residential accommodation also. If you are, why not? If you are not in a position, then we go to the community and ask the people that usually even the chiefs in the village, the chiefs announce to the people that if there's anybody who has accommodation to spare and hire it out to the police, it is not your responsibility to give us accommodation, residential accommodation. But if you are in a position to give it to us free of charge, why not? Otherwise, we come and hire. And some people are so proud that they are so happy to give their own residents to the police as residential accommodation, so that they also get the kind of security. Their security is even scaled up. You understand it?
So my colleague Derek Kosam is, going about town today, and he's made a stop at one of these areas where the residents were asked to provide as a place for the police to occupy. But it looks like even though they've provided the space for the police, there's nobody in that building yet. So let's cross-check that information with Derek Kosam. Good morning to you, Derek, if you can hear me. I'm just going to hand it over to a call for him to take it over.
Come in to help. So they put up this container you see right behind me, but to furnish them with some police officers to actually keep the area safe. But it appears that even after persistent calls for police officers to man the post still remains empty. It's become a white elephant. I want to speak to some residents and then the leaders here as well. This is Jacob Langston. He's the chairperson of the Amanfo Residents Association. So why is the police station still empty?
I mean, in the first place, they had wanted to open it earlier, but because of the construction of the road, it delayed a little because some of the structures were some sort of demolished and whatnot. So now now that they've some sort of put the road in shape, they've given us 18th November. And on that day, they will come and open the place for us.
But how long has it been since you constructed this police post?
Oh, I mean about 4 months ago.
Okay, so 4 months ago you were ready for the police officers to come in, but they are still not here. And I also hear that the robbery attacks have begun.
Yeah, I mean they are sort of. I mean some. Not all, not like at first, but I mean we experience. I mean some what do you call robbery cases, but not at first, because when they started the other, I mean last year, February, between February and June, in fact, the police came in and now it went down. So now, despite the fact that it's not stopped, still we have some sort of 1 or 2 robberies. But, yeah.
I'll come back. So let me speak to Reverend Korte. Yeah. You also a resident here. Your police post appears very empty. You don't have people here to man the post. You still feel safe?
Oh, not really. Once the police are here, you are very assured of what you can slave your children and everything. You can do whatever you want to do without having much problem. And the reason why we built this very container is the robbery, which was so rampant here. And for now, when the police came in and they arrested most of them, the robbery is no more as first. Though we've been having, still we've been having it in the hinterland more than the main road as it was first.
What was the last time you heard of an attack?
Last week we had one.
Where and how did it happen?
It's at a junction where we call 50-50. Yeah, just as it was at first. They came around, broken into people's room and picking their belongings and monies, just as they have been doing to other places. Yeah.
Let me speak to Mr. Blankson again. So, who put up this police post?
The resident, and I mean, we came together, formed an association, and we contributed to the putting up of the post. It's our own contribution.
Why did you decide to put up a police post?
Because the robberies were so it was so serious. So if we had not done that, it would have. I mean, most people started moving from here. Though they are landlords and landladies, they started moving to rent apartment outside this area. But because of that, we came together, formed an association, and built that this post.
But after putting up this post and spending a lot of money on it, it is still empty.
Yeah, like as I explained to you earlier, they had. I mean, it would have been open earlier, but because of the construction of the road.
How much did you spend on
almost 200 million.
That's 20,000.
Yeah, 20,000 cities. Yeah, almost.
Reverend Crotty, tell me, how do you feel after paying some amount of money to get this thing in shape? I can see your signboard and all of that. It is still empty.
Yeah, just as the chairman indicated, we are still waiting for the police. Though they have assured us that they will be coming here in November. Now that we can all see that the street is now completed, almost. So we just want to beg them. We are begging them that they should try and come. They shouldn't postpone it as it has been.
It means that you've been having some form of postponements?
Well, yeah, previously, yeah, but because they were saying that.
So that's Derek Ekosam there, and we know that a man from has been in the news really pretty much. It had to take the IGP to even visit the place because there were a lot of robbery incidents almost on a daily basis. And the community has managed to put up a police post, but there's no police personnel in there, apparently because of a few reasons. I don't know if my guest in here, who is a Public Affairs Director of the Ghana Police Service, Superintendent Safas Arthur. This is a regional issue though, but is the national concern about the fact that there's a police post and there's no police person in there?
No, it's not a matter that the police has refused occupying the place and working. You could hear from the two gentlemen themselves that there are efforts afoot to ensure that the police come in, and that there was something that was inhibiting police moving into it, and that police have given a date that they will come and open it. So I don't think there's any big deal about that.
But when you
was trying so hard to make it look as if the police...
but when you put up a police post for 4 months,
no,
I mean, 4 months, it's a long time.
They didn't say that the police have refused.
No, they didn't.
Yes.
But they did indicate that they put up the post
Yes.
for about 4 months, but because of the construction of the road. But should that prevent the police?
I don't know how the place is like and why the construction is impeding the use of the place, but I think they have a genuine concern. Otherwise, they would have said that we have done this thing and there's the possibility of the police, occupying it, and they are refusing to come. But you see that they don't have anything against the police. They think that the police, even in the absence of their presence there, they have instituted a patrol which has assuaged or mitigated the problem for them, and that is what I was going to say. Wherever we think that the crime situation is getting worse and there is no immediate police station, then the police put measures in place to patrol the place to bring down the fear of crime and to cut down crime generally. And that the police post or the police station itself is not a total solution to the problem, and that other factors must also come to play.
But I'm also picking some information that is because of the bad nature of the roads in Amanfrom generally. That's why the police been prolonging their relocation.
I'm not aware about that. Perhaps the Accra region can give you more accurate information as to why, but I'm not aware. I don't think the police will refuse to go and inhabit a place and work because of bad roads. Bad road may hinder effective policing, but the police will not refuse to go there because of bad roads.
I remember when the robberies were happening in Amanfrom rampantly.
Yes.
One of the issues that came up from the police angle was the nature of the roads.
Yes.
So, how far can you chase someone when the road
but
is
they were working
terrible?
all right. They didn't say that because of the bad roads wouldn't work. They will work. They were chasing up to their abilities. I mean, if they chase and they're able to get them, why not? If they are not able to get them and they are impeded by the road, that is so. But you don't say that because of the road, as a police institution, as a police station, won't work or won't go away because the roads are not good.
There's another incident in North Kaneshie, apparently, around the Demod area, where there's a police post and there's no police personnel in there, apparently because there's no air condition in the structure.
I don't know how the structure looks like, but you must also appreciate the fact that it's human beings who are going to live, occupy the structure and work. If the police doesn't have a little comfort, would they wish to do their work? I mean, a policeman will be living in a container. Sometimes it's not even padded. In a container, there's no window, there's no fan, and the person will virtually be roasting. They don't. I don't think that.
But you can make do with a fan, right? Not necessarily an air condition.
Why not? And I don't know what the situation is, whether they provided fans and the police said that we don't like fans, those kind of things. But the police, we don't work, we don't seek total comfort before we work, because our work is not about comfort.
But is there a possible problem with the numbers? Because if you have a police for whatever reason, whether it's perhaps bad roads or whether there's no fan in there or something, there should be some kind of police presence in that building that's been put up for
the
police.
building is not suitable for habitation, human habitation. The police, of course, will not go and inhabit it.
But how does that happen when you have oversight responsibility in terms of directing how the structure should look like from the beginning?
Yeah, some people are also out of ignorance. They go out of their way to put up some structures
and paint it with your colors, because you
they know that police color is this color. So they go ahead and do everything. We have instances where even people have built police stations, not just containers, police stations, and you go there, it doesn't have any of the specifications of police buildings, and they ask us to come and take them over. Sometimes we go in and do a little bit of adjustments and then put it in the shape. Sometimes even the way the cells are built. When you are keeping somebody, you have to give certain specifications. There are human rights issues there. So you can't just build a police station at your own whims and caprice and then expect that the police will come and inhabit it and detain people and put them there, and then will be liable for human rights abuses.
What are some of the basic things that should be in the police station?
Police station, you must have the charge office, where people, or what we say, complaint office. Then you have the station officer's office, crime officer's office. You have cells for males and females, and if you have the funds, you do for juveniles as well, and juveniles, males and females, because you don't put juveniles together with adults. Then you have places of convenience, washroom, and some storeroom, exhibit room, are all very.
This is the ideal police station.
That is so.
But the communities.
So the containers are not. I mean, you don't have these facilities that we need. So they are just for occupancy, and then deployment, going from there to work and coming back to have a rest. And these containers are police posts, and a number of police posts come together of some police station, and come under one police station.
Okay.
So when even arrests are made at the police post, we don't often detain people. You detain the person for a while and then you transfer the person to a police station.
Okay, for a while is what, a number of days or a few hours?
No, just that for about 1 hour, 2 hours, when you put things together, and then you transfer the person to the police station, and away that police post falls.
Okay, so I'm thinking, and I'm trying to reflect, because I'm picturing the police containers that I've spotted.
Yes.
And I don't remember seeing washrooms. So do you have washrooms in the containers?
Sometimes they make provision for washroom in the containers because they are very crucial. Police officer being hard pressed and can't find any place to have some convenience, and he also has to attend to people who are coming. It's not good. So washrooms and places of convenience are very crucial. But sometimes most of the places you see they don't have. So police officers working there beg residents around to go and
So what would be the directive to the areas, the people who live in these areas where they've got the police containers or the police posts and there are no police personnel in there? How do you start a conversation with the police? How do you get them to
when you think that you need a police station or a police post in your area, you approach your local police, the police station within your vicinity, immediately within your vicinity. You go there.
And when you have the post already and there's no police personnel in there,
then I don't know how you start.
So, for instance, the demod one that I'm hearing, that there's a container, there's nobody in there.
They conferred with the police before putting it up, or they decided to do it and later see the police. If that's what they did, if that's what they did, then they have to come and see the regional police commander, Accra. It's within Accra, or even the nearest police station. You go there and say that I want to see the station officer, or if it's a police district, I want to see the district officer. Then when you go there, you tell them, due to so and so situations that we're experiencing within our community, we decided to come together and put a police post. We have done something. Can we come and see it for us? Then, as a first step, the police officer, the station officer or the district officer could go and see if it is okay by him, because they also have some knowledge about how the police post and police station should look like. So they will now tell their bosses that, sir, with the help of the people, we'll be able to put up a police station here. Can we come and open it for us and deploy personnel to work there? If it's not good, he will still take it to his boss and invite you one day, tell you, let us put something like this. There are certain things that we are able to do to help.
But it sounds like it's one commander's discretion come and see the police post in the first place and then now make the recommendation for
that is so. It is a commander's responsibility, not discretion, because it is all joy to the police when members of the community come on board and help us open police stations. And every commander, every police commander is happy and is always calling on the residents of the community to assist the police, to support the government to open police posts. So when one is open like that for you, it is not at all at your discretion. It is your responsibility. It's your joy.
There's also the fear that if we encourage communities to contribute, or if we encourage people in communities to, put up the posts themselves, we will have very rich areas having all the nice police stations, and unfortunately the poor areas where people can't contribute much or can't even contribute at all, not having anything.
You see that all the places that require police posts and police stations are these newly developing areas, and mostly they are people who are, one, affluent, two, there are a lot of people, so just pulling resources, small money, and then you are able to do it. So it's not about where people there are abject, they are poor, they are indolent. It is the government's responsibility also to provide for them, and police does not leave those places as it were ajar. We ensure that we patrol the place to provide security that they need.
Let's talk a bit about...
And the district assembly is also there,
Yeah, but we know how sometimes... I know that you not want to get into the politics of it, but it can be very difficult for them to pay attention. I mean, we're talking about bad roads, and there's the district assembly, yet the roads are terrible. Let's talk about your the police visibility and the patrol, the community patrolling system. How is it working now?
Well, there's a difference between our police visibility, the visibility police department, and then the patrol. As for the patrol, it is the fulcrum of police work. every district police, every police station on the day will have to deploy, do a roster and deploy personnel from time to time to patrol. We do rotation. So at all times, there should be foot patrol, there should be mobile patrol, that's those on vehicles patrolling the community.
Foot patrol?
Yes. But that is what...
I think the police officers that I have seen are either walking to work, but I haven't seen anybody, say patrolling. How should they look like when they are patrolling?
Oh, they look business-like.
In uniform?
Yes, in uniform. But of course, occasionally you have those in mufti. They are intelligence officers speaking pieces of intelligence. And the visibility patrol is also there. The visibility, these people you see around in our cities. For now, we are trying to disperse them kind of into the communities, into the hinterlands. We started with them being deployed within the city centers where certain petty crimes abound, to give assurance to people. Now they are going into the communities and becoming visible to deter criminals.
Oh, so this has started, the foot patrolling?
Oh, foot patrol has been with the police since time immemorial.
I haven't seen any in my area.
And mostly that became very, very pronounced when we didn't have enough vehicles to do patrol, vehicle patrol. Now with the vehicle, it has cut down a little. It has reduced a little, but the vehicle is now taking control.
So which areas would we see? I'm fascinated by this. I'm hearing this for the first time.
Yes. These days, mostly in our business districts, busy areas, you see them walking around, walking
nights
their beats.
Or day and nights?
Mostly during the day, up to about 8 o'clock, and then the mobile patrol takes over in the night, because sometimes in the night it becomes also risky for a single police officer to be seen all alone patrolling. And so they go, when it's in the night, they walk in pairs, and the vehicle patrol, the mobile patrol, takes over.
Okay. I'll draw attention when I spot one, because I haven't spotted any.
Okay.
Before.
But then let me also say that the issue of community policing must also be embraced and practiced to the letter, where members of the community also come together. There used to be, and I mentioned it here the last time I came here, where a community around I don't know, this place, Taifa, thereabout, where the people living in the community are so concerned about their own security. They used to meet once every month, the last Sunday of the month. They meet to discuss issues of security of their area, and then at each meeting they invited us. Those days they invited the public affairs department. My former boss was there, now Chief Superintendent Kwesifori, and we'll go there, meet with them, discuss the issue, find solution to the issue ourselves, they and us.
But it wasn't because there was a police officer living in the area, a big man?
No, it's not because the police officer. No, it is something that if you do, you decide to come together, you invite police. Sometimes you invite your own community police officers, police stations within your community. They will come and share issues of security with you, so that together you also help. We are told about these legendary cases of people looking out through their window in their own houses in some places, some developed places, and they are all performing police duties. They see one thing or the other that they are not sure about, they quickly call the police. There's somebody strolling here, and I think it is aimless. Can you come and check? How many of us are doing that in Ghana? Because we think that is for police, and it's for the soldiers, it's for the fire service. So we go to sleep.
I've got a final one just before we wrap up on this. The visibility.
Yes.
Are they supposed to direct traffic, or they're just supposed to be standing there when everything is so chaotic? Because I've got an example around the Accra Mall area. Sometimes it can be so chaotic up the overpass.
Yeah.
And there's visibility, all right, but people are fooling around and the police are just visible.
We have evolved. When we started it, we didn't want the police to use other means, other issues as excuse to neglect their duties. So they were to be static and be looking around and working their bit up to a certain radius and be given assurance. We didn't want them to be involved in motor vehicle management or traffic management because it's for some other department of the service. So in those days, even when accident occurred before them, they would not do anything, but they would call for somebody to come and attend to it. As we moved ahead, we gave them some amount of freedom to do other police work, like attending to accidents within their jurisdiction, clearing the road and other things. So now they have the mandate to do that. Previously, they didn't have to do that.
So when are they beginning that?
Oh, they have started already.
Really?
Now they can even walk
those around the Accra Mall, because I don't see them take any action when there's heavy traffic and people are just going, you know, off the normal routes.
And when there's traffic,
yeah,
I mean heavy traffic, immobile traffic, unmoving traffic, they will come in and clear the road. But after they have cleared, they will come back to do their this thing. It is not mainly their responsibility, but every policeman can do anything policing.
All right, Superintendent Sefa Satha, we'll leave our conversation here. There are other areas that we'll get into sometime in the future, but I'm grateful for your time this morning.
My pleasure.
Stay with us. We've got AM Talk coming up.